Okay, this is part 2 about the Cochlear consultation that I just had with the audiologist. She was in the same office, kind of, in the same vicinity, I should say. Very nice, and we started off with the hearing test. This hearing test was a little bit different. The hearing test was with words, sentences, not just words. And you got to keep your hearing aids on. And I'm like, really? I'm gonna keep my hearing aids on. She's like, yeah, with it. And then she's like, we're gonna switch and take one off one side, one off the other side. She's like, I want to see how your comprehension words are. Well, we did that, and I got done. She's like, yeah, you're a Cochlear candidate for sure. I knew I sucked at some of the things that I was saying. I'm like, this is totally not right. But anyway, so we sat down, and she's like, all right, you are a candidate. She's like, she's put out the implant, the internal implant, and an external processor, not hearing aid, processor, that would, of what you get, that is your Cochlear. With that, when you get your Cochlear, you get two processor, the external part, not just one. So when one gets damaged, you got a second one to put on there, but the first one gets fixed, and so you're not going without something. Also, there's 2 different sets of processors you can have. So you're so used to hearing aids. You got this hearing aid, got a different upgraded hearing aid. So that kind of thinking, but processor. And the second processor she showed me was like a round circle, like a spaceship, but very thick. And I will show you a picture. Cause I told her, I'm like, when we were there, I'm like, can I take a picture? She's looking at him, I'm like, I want to show my husband. So he knows what I'm talking about, which I want to show you guys so you know what I'm talking about. But this one was round, thick. It was way too thick for me. Pamphlet, maybe I could show you a picture of an older person wearing that one, and that might work for them, but no, I'm not ready to do that to myself. But anyway, when you get a Cochlear implant, you get 2 processors, backup, okay, or you can have the regular one, and it looks similar to a hearing aid, and then the second one that looks like a spaceship, if you want the spaceship, or you can just have the one that's the same 2 processors. So you have backup. I'll show you a picture of what it looked like. And the coil that goes, the implant goes on top of your skull, underneath your skin. Then they drill a hole back here. Literally drill, to go back behind your ear into your cochlear, where they thread that tube. So what I didn't realize was, when your hearing going bad, it's not because of nerve damage, it's due to the hair in your ear that you have that's dying, that transmits the sound is dying. It can no longer transmit, it can't flow the words and get the words. Your nerve part of it is functioning just fine. I'm like, really? You sure about that? But yeah. So I didn't realize that. So once they put the implant about this region underneath the skin, they're going to kind of shape down part of your skull. So the process can sit in there kind of snugly. Yeah. I don't think I'm a fan of that. But anyway. And then when they drill into here, and they thread it into the back, into your cochlea, and that surgery is 2 hours, in and out the same day. You will kind of be hurting. So you come back in about 2 weeks to see how your incision is healing or infection, or they can do it telehealth via phone, because all he couldn't do is just look and make sure you have no infection. in a month is when you go back to the audiologist to turn on your sound for the first time. So that's the facts on that. And you would go back to your audiologist quite a few times, to get the sound right, to understand. And it's going to be processed, and then you get homework. You're going to have homework every night, because now you have to train your brain to understand sound. And she's like, you're going to get homework 20 minutes a night. You're going to have to do this for a very long time to train yourself to understand word, sound, speech, and you're going to have an app on your phone to work on this. I'm like, oh, okay. Also, with the implants, you're going to have an app on your phone to help adjust the sound on it, like you would for hearing aids. So you can do things with that. The implant, the external part of it, that goes over your ear, does not have a button to put volume up and down. It just has this little gray button on it, which I don't remember what it was. But it doesn't have an up and down volume. You will get a packet, and the packet, I'm going to look at it over to understand the different parts.